Greetings, my brothers. This is Sean Blazington, and today I'm going to be exposing Wendy Williams and Charlamagne the God. All you guys know is that they are both radio personalities, but you have no idea how they crossed paths to begin with. It says here in my highly classified documentations that Charlamagne was known by the nickname Patches in his hometown. It also says here that Leonard McKelvey Paul was born June 29, 1980 in Charleston, South Carolina. He was a different type of kid. He wasn't interested in sports. He didn't want to be like Mike, but he wanted to be like Wendy. He didn't go outside unless it was Wendy. He never wanted to go to Chuck E. Cheese, only Wendy's. He was infatuated with Wendy Williams, and he prayed that one day he would be able to have the Wendy Williams experience for himself. There was something about Wendy that resonated with this young man. Not only because they are both cancers, but there's something a lot deeper, so please pay close attention while I explain everything to you guys. Charlamagne was hustling for the Chinese, and one of his clients was the #1 supplier for Wendy Williams. Charlamagne begged his client to meet Wendy, and when he finally did, the rest is history. Needless to say, Charlamagne was supplying Wendy with the Yola, but there was only one problem: he was giving it to her for free. Once his suppliers found out what was going on, they went after Wendy Williams and demanded that she pay up. Charlamagne got her tied in with the Yakuza, and she was outraged. She told Charlamagne, "You're going to have to work for me, but you'll never see a dime because all of the money is going to the Yakuza." His dreams of experiencing the Wendy Williams experience had finally came true, but he ain't never experienced no shit like this. It says here, Wendy had him cooking breakfast, but she never finished it. The fuck? Well, wait a minute, that doesn't even make any sense. And then it says here that not only was Charlamagne working at the radio station for free, he was also her maid and her limo driver. It says here, one day Charlamagne was cleaning Wendy's house and he came across some documents in her closet. His curiosity got the best of him, and to his surprise, he found his own birth certificate in her belongings. He wanted to ask her about it, but while they were on air with Judge Joe Mathis started talking about all of the abortions that Wendy Williams had. She responded by telling him that she never aborted her first son, and all she know about him is that his nickname is Patches. Mathis asked her, "How come they call your little boy Patches?" And she told him they call him Patches because he has big black ass patches all over his face. Charlamagne couldn't believe his ears. His life started to flash before his eyes. He started having a seizure. He told Wendy to call his grandmother, but Wendy fainted when her mother picked up the phone. Then the Yakuza kicked in the radio station. It says here that Judge Joe Brown was shaking and shitting in his defense. This was all too much for Wendy, so she fired Charlamagne and he had to find work elsewhere. After this chain of events, their relationship was never the same. Wendy denied knowing Charlamagne altogether, and she also set up a meeting with the leader of the triad so she can finally pay off her debt. I know this sounds ridiculous to you guys, but you don't understand how secret societies work in Hollywood. Let me break it to you guys like this. Every famous person have deep secrets that you wouldn't even imagine. When Wendy Williams walked into the Triad's office, she left the money on the table, then she turned around to walk out. But as she was walking out, Charlamagne was walking in, and then the leader of the Yakuza spun around in her chair, and to Wendy's surprise, it was Angela Yee from the Breakfast Club. A lot of you didn't know this, but Angela Yee is Chinese, and her father is the legendary Bruce Yee. He has won the Kumite at least 5 times, and that's why Angela is the boss. And DJ Envy, he's the underboss, and he's Chinese too. Wendy had no idea that she was being set up. This is where the term "finish your breakfast" come from, because Angela doesn't only start stuff, she finishes it. And like I told you in my document, Charlamagne would make Wendy breakfast and she would never finish it. So they created the Breakfast Club to make sure that Wendy finishes her breakfast. And what is her breakfast, you ask? Her breakfast is that she started her life off as a different person. I have proof that RuPaul and Wendy Williams is the same person. Just look at these photos. Yeah, you see it. This explains Charlamagne's behavior. and why he spends so much money in the beauty supply store, and it has nothing to do with Angela Yee owning all of the beauty supply stores. And RuPaul is not who you think he is. Just take a good look at these pictures. Yeah, you see it. Do you really think Dave Chappelle turned down all that money because he didn't want to do the show? Wake up, people. Black privilege does not exist. Opportunity comes to those that have family members within secret societies. Wendy Chappelle Paul canceled his show because he couldn't juggle his many of lifestyles. I have proof in the form of a VHS tape that I'm going to share with you guys right now.
Fuck in the truck, yo.
Fuck up, you little bitch.
Get the fuck in the truck. I bet you get in that motherfucking truck, though.
I bet you will too.
Yeah, I am, but you get in there first.
I bet you gonna bleach your skin later.
I bet you I won't. Get out the fucking car, Angela Yee. Get the fuck out.
Who are you talking to?
Get the fuck out. I bet you get out.
You little beige bitch. You little bleaching ass
Shut the
hoe.
fuck up, fucking. What? Shut up.